Welcome to another episode of It Matters, where we explore things that matter to me, Matt Beecher. In this episode, we'll take a look at creating a custom data set using a simple website and why this topic matters to me. My hope being, of course, that it's going to matter to you. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at how we can use the internet to create a custom data set. And just why would you need a custom data set? Well, think about it. Out there on the internet, we have so many learning resources, things about how to use Excel or how to use Airtable or even Tableau, some of these bigger, fancier data resources, but we don't always have the data. Sometimes instructors online are kind enough to give us something like an exercise or supplemental file so that we have some data to play with, but sometimes they don't. And so this video is going to show you how to create that data so that you can practice your Excel skills, practice your Airtable skills, your Tableau skills, or whatever software you're using to work with data. If you don't have it, you can't do it. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to produce rows and columns of data so you can practice your skills and follow along with some of that excellent online instruction that's available. So let's dive in. Now I've got a specific tool in mind I'm going to show you, but I wanted to show you where I started my search. I just went to Google and looked for download fake data, CSV, and create a mock spreadsheet. Doing a quick search on that, it brought up a whole bunch of options, and the one that I chose to use was Data Generator. So once it gets loaded, we'll get started. Once you get here, you're just going to want to go ahead and name your data set. So I'm going to call it customer base. I'm in the United States, so I can choose there. I notice that I got to go actually down here to North America and choose it. And now we're going to name our column. So I've already done this, so you can name these whatever you want. Customer name. It gives you the options of what you want to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and say name. It's going to ask for an example. I'm going to go first name and last name. And that's that for that. Here I went ahead and did street address. When I come down here to geo, I can just do street address. City. City. Zip code. Postal zip. And so on and so forth. If you need to add extra information, you can go ahead and just click here to add an extra row. And in this example, I'm going to do company. And it even gives you the option to put in some fake companies. Here. Go ahead and choose how you want that to go, 100 rows, 200 rows, whatever you're going to need in order to play with the data that you want. You can do it in a new window tab or prompted download. That's what I did. You can put it in a zip or not. Just click generate. And in just a couple seconds, you're going to have rows of data that you can use, and we're going to take a look at that next. So doing just a quick 100 rows here, it's easy enough to simply copy and paste this information into Excel. So I'm going to go ahead and Control-C. And then here we are in a new workbook, and there's just one thing you got to do. You can't just go ahead and paste it, or you're going to get something like this. I'm going to Control-D that out. What you want to do is right-click on row 2, because we're going to put the column headers in. Got to do Paste Special. And then choose Text, because we copied that text out of that HTML. When we do this, there's not going to be any formatting applied here. And then you're going to have your columns listed. And then a quick double-click up here in the top should spread your row, right? Get this all looking nice and neat. And then we can go back to our generated data and pick up those headers. So let's do that real quick. Here we are back at our list, and at the top I've grabbed the headers. I'm going to do another Control-C, and we're going to head back to Excel and paste those in. And once again, we're going to want to use that Paste Special, because if I were to go ahead and paste it this way, it's going to keep some of that silly formatting that I don't want. So I'm going to go ahead and Paste Special, choose Text again, bada bing, bada boom. I'll go ahead and bold that, because I do love to bold my headers and maybe make them just a tiny bit bigger. And then I'm just going to go ahead and resize all of my columns, so I've got some nice clean data to work with. And there you have it. We've got 100 rows of data with first names, fake addresses, fake cities, zip codes, and companies. And in our next video, I'm going to show you how to use VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP in order to apply a state to those zip codes. So stay tuned for the next episode of It Matters. Until then, thanks for joining me, and I hope this has been informative for you. Have a great day.